Howdy ho, neighborinos. It is I, the maddest of men, but not like the TV show. Like, not that cool. So back from smoking my Mary Jane cigarillo, and I did want to come back and talk because I got no one else to talk to. But I got chicken nuggets that I ordered 12 hours ago from McDonald's still, so I can have those eventually. Does your McDonald's always give you 6 chicken nuggets in a 6 chicken nugget pack? Because mine always gives me like 7 or 8. I don't think they care. They just fill up the box and toss it to you. But that's random. That's probably what this is going to be. It's almost 8 o'clock now. Going on 40 hours without sleep. So it's going to get a little confusing for both of us. And all of us, and every one of us, and yeah, it's gonna get strange probably real soon. I'm just sitting alone here in the kitchen with my 12-hour-old McDonald's and ice cold twisted tea. Waiting to see when the vendors here open in town on Boxing Day, so I can get someone to rip me over another pack of some twisted teas, maybe, or something. But probably skip it too. But I already have food, so I'll be like, skip, bring me just booze, which I think they do now here. I'm not too sure. Before you had to order food and then get booze, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty old school. That's why this is weird. But I feel like I gotta try something. Tried music, not my thing. Broke both hands. Can't feel them, so it's hard for me to play music as good as I know I should be able to. And I was in a wicked bad car accident like a long time ago. 10 years ago. Shattered my whole bottom half, broke my pelvis, broke both legs. My hips, plate in my head, all the whole 9 yards. But I'm still pretty cool. I'm probably added to the confusion upstairs, but I'm powering through. I was hooked on painkillers after that for quite a while because from the accident, and I was already an addict when I was in the accident, so I was an addict during the accident, and then when I came out of the hospital I was a worse addict because of the opioids. And then it just got real fun from there. It's like you'd think that after that accident you'd just get smarter and better and make better decisions, but it's like I got worse. I did stupider things. I don't know, maybe my judgment's off and all that from being hit in the head so hard, or I'm not even sure. That could just be an excuse too, but I don't really think things through all the way. I just kind of do. Or I overthink situations that won't even ever happen. Like, it's just a straight basket case. But that's why I'm here to talk to whoever and whatever. You could even just put this on and put a plant in front of it. Maybe. That'd be nice. I'd like to talk to some plants. Even. If I could be the first podcast for plants, that'd be cool. Maybe just my voice will help them grow a little bit. I don't know. It was just that story about that lady in, I don't even know, England or somewhere in Europe, who played opera music to her dope plant, and it grew super large. So now a bunch of grow houses and stuff in Canada here, they play music to their plants in different sections of their growth stages to influence their growth habits, which is hilarious. And the songs that they choose are just hilarious. Like, it has something to do with the sound waves and I don't know, probably the light and photosynthesis. That's all combined. Everything's combined, right? So that's what I'll get into, all those tangents too, when I'm a little bit more awake. Is that everything's combined, everything's connected. So those sound waves from the speakers blasting at those plants, like, do certain things to them at certain stages. So they'll play like heavy rock, like AC/DC or something in the flowering stage, and then they'll play like rap music or something in the budding stage, like some like, and like then during the seedling stage, sometimes they'll play classical music to it, like you would to a baby. It's very funny, but apparently scientifically it's proven to have benefits and do certain things to plants, even water. If you left water in a cup in front of music playing and you played like death metal at it for like, I don't know, however long it would take, it would go rotten before if you were playing classical music at it or something. It just has to do with the way that the sound waves move through the water and how hard and much sound waves move the water around, I believe. That's what I think, because why would the death metal make it rot faster than the classical? Well, death metal is very hard and in your face and powerful and punchy, so it would move those water molecules around a lot more and in a different way than that very nice, soothing, melodic, like harmony of orchestra or symphony or opera, something like that. I could see that having a huge impact on things. And they always say that the music that you listen to influences you so much. So you ever seen those people that listen to death metal? Jeez, they're blacker than the night, and they're usually got more metal in them than the music they listen to. But I'm just joking. But like, it's just, I have a lot of friends that are into death metal. That's probably why I'm saying that. But are black metal, hard metal, heavy metal, all that. But then there's people who are like me into like rap and classical, and then just look like a natural hipster. Just natural, regular, everyday hipster. But then you see people who are just right into hardcore rap music, and they got pants that are hanging down to their ankles, and socks pull up to their knees, and 45 rags on. So I guess maybe the sound does influence the plants. Like maybe plants are probably smarter than humans. So why wouldn't it affect them? I think it's pretty smart. But yeah, I'd like to be a first podcast for plants too. I could inform the plants about how they're growing and what affects them. Maybe they need to hear it. Wow. Twisted teas and chicken nuggets for breakfast is pretty delish, I can tell you that. How do you eat chicken nugget there? Sorry. Also, I think the 4th episode of this horror movie that we're living in is going to hit now. The Omicron, or that other ambidextrous, whatever, omnivorous, coronavirus, 95, whatever. The next one that's coming is, I don't know, man. I took 2 of their shots already, right? 2, just went in there and was like, hook me up, man. Actually, it was very hard. I was stubborn. I did not want to get them, but I got the 2. And now they're saying that I'm going to have to get a 3rd one, and my kid's going to have to get one. The reason why I got one was so my kids wouldn't have to get one. And now they're going to have to get one too. It's just, maybe this will be the topic that helps everyone come and tune in, because this is something that needs to be talked about. Like, why? And who? And what is this all about? Like, there's been diseases going on for millions and millions of years. There was things that wiped out millions and millions of people at a time throughout history. Sorry, not generations. Throughout history. And now us as a human beings think that we're smarter and better than these things that have to naturally take the course. And we're going to try to fight against it constantly. You know how long that constant battle is going to last? Forever, until we demise ourselves, because we have to let nature take its course. Every time we start to fight against nature, nature gets more upset with us. Has anyone ever noticed that? And anytime we started to try to control the weather, or try to, we'll seed the sky, we'll do this, we'll break up all this, we'll make sure the big hailstorms don't happen, we'll bring the avalanches down, we'll do all this human intervention into nature And now look, nature's not happy. Nature is not happy at all with us, one bit. Look what's happening. Nature's like, okay, bud, time to kill like millions of you. Like, it's just honestly, it's sick and sad and really messed up, but it's absolute nature taking its course. And the harder we fight, the more it's gonna be. It's just gonna. The harder we fight, the more difficult it's gonna make our lives. When literally all we have to do is sit back and let it happen. Like, yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, we're gonna lose family members. Yeah, we're gonna lose people. It's gonna be like history again, because that's what history does. It repeat itself. But millions of people are gonna die. The more we fight it and think that we can control it, we start to now we think we can control the disease. So now we can control the people because we can. No, that's not the way it works. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, I'm not God, and I'm not a governor, I'm not a president, I'm not nothing, but that's just not the way the world works. I'm just a simple human being that's just been living as the laws of nature has allowed me to live forever. I've been a very free human being, so I've lived with the laws of nature. Like, I didn't really have rules or anything growing up, so when I see this happening, I know it's all us. Like, we're doing this. We are the ones causing this. And the only way to stop it is to sit back and relax. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately, we're going to lose loved ones. Like, it's going to be it's like a war, but the war that we cannot win. We'll keep fighting forever, sure. We can fight this war forever and ever and ever. But then what's all the fighting going to do to our bodies? What's going to change in our DNA? What's going to happen to, like, all this weird conspiracy stuff that people talk about and think are the craziest things out there have little tidbits of truth that people just don't want to accept, and that's why they call it crazy, and that's why they call it, conspiracies, because it does something to their reality, because they can't comprehend the fact that what that person is saying or might be a little bit true. It doesn't have to be all true. Conspiracy people are really, really messed up, and they go way down rabbit holes for sure, but some of the stuff is based on reality and based on truth, and that's the things that the real people don't want to hear. The real, I put those in quotations, real people don't want to hear, because it, like I said, destroys their perfect little world, their perfect reality. Well, the world's not perfect, and we can't make it perfect. We never have been able to make it perfect. We've only been able to survive and to do our best at it without human intervention, living with nature, doing our best to survive within it. And now, that puzzle is all different. We somehow think we can control nature, and now nature is just, the world's so much different than people think. I hope that maybe someone will hear this and share something and put it out there, because I want people to know and open their heads, open their minds, just be a hipster, be woke if you want, whatever, be 20, whatever, I'll use the kids' words, like, be woke, wake up, everybody. Like, this is nature running. Look at all the books they tried to burn. Why do you think they tried to burn the books? Why do you think they tried to erase the history from us? Because, well, the less we know, the easier it is to control. But also, yeah, the control equals money, but blah, 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 government, yada, yada. That's the rabbit holes that the conspiracy theories people will go down, and I'll go down them sometimes, and I can make truth out of all of it, too. But to people who don't want to accept the facts, it sounds crazy, because they can't accept it, and it destroys their reality. And people who are so stuck in their closed-minded little worlds will never understand it. They'll just keep going, lining up with the herds to get 3,000 more shots for the rest of our lives. And next thing you know, their family will be done, because they won't be able to produce anymore, because who knows what these things are going to do to us when we keep taking them for 10, 15 years. Like, every couple months for 10, 15 years, like, there's no way they could have done any studies to make this, to know what's going to happen. Like, yeah, sure, they could have one shot, okay, they could be like, okay, one shot, they could speed up stuff in a lab and be like, okay, in 15 years, this is something that could happen, and that's why they were talking about the birth some of the guys being